There is a plant so nutritionally dense that it outperforms broccoli for minerals, asparagus for longevity, and oranges for vitamin content, yet it grows quietly in backyards around the world while most Americans have never heard of it. It produces edible leaves, pods, flowers, and seeds. It regrows after cutting. It survives heat, drought, and poor soil, and once established, it keeps feeding you for up to 20 years. This is not a trend. It is a forgotten food system hiding in plain sight. This plant is moringa, and once you understand what it does, it becomes impossible to ignore. Why moringa quietly beats modern vegetables. Most vegetables give you one thing: leaves, roots, or fruit. Moringa gives you everything. Its leaves contain more calcium than broccoli, more iron than spinach, and more protein than most leafy greens. Its young pods are eaten like green beans and taste similar to asparagus. Its vitamin C content rivals citrus, yet it grows on a tree that thrives where oranges fail. What makes moringa different is not just nutrition but efficiency. You plant it once, and it produces continuously. No replanting every season, no soil exhaustion, no fragile growth cycle. For gardeners focused on resilience, this matters more than hype. The reason Americans rarely grow it. Moringa does not fit neatly into industrial agriculture. It does not ship well as fresh leaves. It grows too fast. It feeds families without repeat purchases. That alone explains why it never entered mainstream grocery shelves. In many parts of the world, moringa is called the tree of life. Here in the United States, though, it was quietly pushed aside, in favor of annual vegetables that require constant inputs. Nature's blueprint exists, really, to reverse that trend. Let's talk about how long-term crops change the way you garden. Annual vegetables, well, they train gardeners to think short-term. Plant, harvest, repeat. Moringa, though, breaks that cycle. Once it's established, it becomes part of your landscape. It shades the soil, improves structure, and, feeds beneficial microbes through constant leaf drop. So, this is how traditional food systems worked. Perennials did the heavy lifting, while annuals filled in the gaps. Moringa, well, it fits perfectly into this forgotten blueprint. Growing moringa the right way, from day one is important. Moringa can be grown from seed or cuttings, but seeds are usually the most accessible option. Just plant them directly into the soil after the danger of frost has passed. Choose a sunny location with well-draining soil. Moringa really hates waterlogged roots, but it tolerates poor fertility just fine. Plant the seeds about 1 inch deep, and water with 2 cups of water per seed at planting. For the first 2 weeks, water every other day, with 1 cup of water per plant. Once it's established, reduce watering dramatically. Honestly, overwatering is the fastest way to weaken moringa. Now, why is pruning the secret to massive harvests? Well, left alone, moringa grows tall and sparse, but if you prune it regularly, it becomes a real leaf factory. Once the plant reaches about 3 to 4 feet tall, cut the main stem back to 2 feet. This forces branching and multiplies leaf production. Every cut you see stimulates more growth. That's why moringa thrives under harvesting pressure. You're not harming it, you're activating it. So, let's talk about how to harvest without slowing your plant's growth. You want to harvest young leaves every 2 to 3 weeks, but remember, never strip the entire plant. Always leave at least 1/3 of the foliage so the plant can maintain its energy. Young leaves are especially tender and mild, while older leaves are still edible, though they're better dried into powder. This rhythm, honestly, allows for a continuous harvest for years without the need for replanting. Turning moringa into a daily nutrient source is simple. Fresh leaves can be cooked just like spinach or added to soups. Dried leaves, on the other hand, can be crushed into powder and mixed into smoothies, stews, or rice. And, this powder retains its nutrients for months as long as it's stored dry. For drying, you want to spread the leaves in the shade, making sure there's some airflow. Avoid direct sunlight, as that can damage the nutrients. Once they're fully dry, just crush them by hand. No machines required. This, right here, is how one plant can feed families all year round. So, Why does moringa outperform fertilizers? Well, moringa is not just food, it's a soil ally too. Its leaves can be used as mulch, its seed cake improves soil biology, and its roots help stabilize the soil structure. Some growers, use diluted moringa leaf tea as a foliar spray to boost plant growth. To make it, just blend 1 cup of fresh leaves with 1 liter of water. Then, strain and dilute with 4 liters of water. Spray early in the morning on the leaves. This way, you're delivering natural growth hormones without any chemicals. Cold climate reality can be a challenge, but there are solutions. Moringa thrives in warm climates but actually adapts surprisingly well. In cooler regions, it can be grown as a container plant and overwintered indoors, or simply cut back and regrown annually. Even when treated as a seasonal perennial, moringa still outperforms most annual vegetables in yield per square foot. So, why does this plant belong in survival gardening? Well, when food systems fail, moringa just keeps producing. Even when water is limited, it survives. And when the soil is tired, it actually improves it. Honestly, there are very few plants that check all those boxes. This is exactly why it has been relied on for centuries, even while modern systems, kind of forgot about it. The bigger lesson moringa teaches us, honestly, is that moringa is not just a plant. It's really a reminder that abundance does not require complexity. Nature already solved these problems long ago. We simply stopped paying attention. If more gardeners planted long-living multi-use crops, food security would look very different. So, why does nature's blueprint keep bringing these plants back? Well, this channel exists to reconnect modern gardeners with timeless systems that work quietly and consistently. Moringa, honestly, embodies that mission perfectly. If this opened your eyes to what real food resilience looks like, go ahead and subscribe to Nature's Blueprint, share this with someone who still thinks gardening must start over every spring, and help bring these forgotten plants back where they belong. And baling subam.